Many of us, we do not know our gifts and talents, but be rest assured that you have gifts and talents. Not just one gift or talent, but many. So how I break it down is that our gifts are the ones that heal us. They are our character and they lead to our calling. Whereas on the other side, our talents are the ones that free us. They are our creative and they lead to our purpose. So, examples of our gifts are a person who's trustworthy, who's integral, who's honest, who's loving, who's giving, who's kind, who's patient. Those are our gifts. Whereas on the other side, our talents are a performer, a writer, an artist, an athlete, a builder. Those are our talents. We all have these. But we don't always know because we don't exercise them. Because the more we exercise them, the more we cultivate them, the more then it becomes easier, and the more we get to know what our gifts and talents are, and the more we get to perfect them and use them effectively. But if we don't know them and we don't use them, and therefore they are not cultivated and we are not able to use them effectively. So this is what God has been showing me. And for us, there are people who are using their gifts or talents without acknowledging God. And you can be successful in doing that. Successful in terms of making yourself money, but you find that there is no joy or peace once you are able to use your gifts or talents, because you are either underutilizing them or overutilizing them. What I mean by that is that you find that a person who is integral and they are overutilizing it is because when they get opportunities because they're a person of integrity, they then overwork themselves so that the next opportunity that comes, they are able to get it for their integrity, because the people can rely on them because they are integral. Whereas opportunities come from God, they don't come from people. So you find that a person of integrity will use them to the point of burnout, will overcommit themselves to a point of burnout, because they look for the next opportunity from the people around them who will be able to see that they have integrity. That's how we tend to overutilize our gifts. And on the other side spectrum of the other side of talent, you find that a person who has talent and you overutilize their talent. Talent, I said, it's your creative side. You find a person who is producing and producing and producing up to a point of burnout, because each and every opportunity that they see, they think it's theirs. Whereas not every opportunity is ours. We have each and every one of us, we have our path. We have our path. We can't, and if we accept all opportunities, therefore by the time we get to our own opportunities, the ones that are meant for us, we are so tired and burned out, we can't give our best to our own opportunities, because we think that each and every opportunity is ours, whereas it's not. Think of Jesus. Jesus was on earth for 33 years, and he started ministering and teaching for 3 years. He taught and ministered for 3 years. And in those 3 years, he did everything that he was meant to do on earth, his purpose and calling. Within that 3 years, he did everything because he was where he was supposed to be each and every time. We get to know where we're supposed to be each and every time by being close to God, by being intentional and forming this intimate relationship with God where we ask him on a daily basis, what does my day look like today? Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do or accomplish on this day that you have given me? So that is how we are supposed to spend each and every day that we've been graced with by God, so that we don't see ourselves trying to please everyone, because we are not meant to please everyone. Otherwise, we burn out because we've overstretched ourselves. So we all have gifts and talents. And when we effectively use these and remain with God, because the Bible tells us to remain in God and he will remain with us. For without him, there's nothing we can do. Doesn't mean that when the Bible says there's nothing we can do, doesn't mean that we won't be effective or no, we won't be successful in what we do. There are people who are successful who don't believe in God, but because they know their gifts and talents, and they are able to, they know the keys to success, and they are able to utilize their gifts and talents so that they are able to achieve and they are able to prosper, but they don't acknowledge that they get them from God. And they are able to for a while. But then you find that they don't have peace and joy. They are always chasing the next, and they don't. Whereas we are supposed to we are supposed to perform from a place of rest. When we look at God when he was doing his creation for the 6 days, on the 7th day he rested and reflected on what he had done, on what he had achieved. As on the 6th day he created us human beings. On the 7th day he rested and reflected on what he has done and said it was all good. When do we get the time to sit back and reflect on what we have done and say it was all good, it was excellent, because we have given it we have given it our best, because we are doing exactly what we are supposed to do, what we are created to do, what we are called to do and purposed to do. So when we're able to stick to what myself as Oyama, I am supposed to do on each and every day, who I'm supposed to impact or inspire on that day, and on my calling in terms of my family, being a wife, being a husband, another person, being a mother, being a child, being a sister, being a brother, whatever calling that is in your life. And then your purpose, the reason that you were born. Because my calling, it's my role. It's not me. I'm not identified by my role as a mother and as a wife. But my purpose, that is the reason why. The reason I'm created. It's my purpose. Why God created me, to bring glory to him. So there's a difference between these two. I wanted to just explain. There's a difference between these two, but we all have them. So where they meet in the equilibrium now, where we meet the Spirit of God, and the Spirit of God is able to show us our gifts and talents. And we are then able to effectively use these two. The equilibrium, the Spirit of God, where we are able to effectively use our gifts and talents in God, as we remain in Him and He remains in us, and we are able to prosper in whatever we are doing, and be able to have peace and joy, and work from a place of rest and not work from a place of hustling and grinding. You have gifts, you have talents, and you will find out what those gifts and talents are. You will know when you remain in God and He remains in you. I hope you learned something from today's, from what I've just shared. Have a lovely day then. Bye.